So Teofimo Lopez beat up a dude that a lot of cats don't know. In this video, I'm going to break down what that means for Teofimo, ESPN Top Rank, and the rest of the 140-pound division. This is your boy JG. This is the Punch Report. Let's go. Like I said before, y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is your boy JG. It's been a little bit since I put out a video like this. Did a couple lives. Those have been going well. You guys see the shorts. But all that stuff aside, love's been great. Channel's been growing crazy. Let's get right into the content. So this past Saturday, Teofimo Lopez took on relatively unknown fighter and Pedro Campa, and it went how it should have gone. If you fight a guy that's not really name known, especially if you have talent like Teofimo Lopez, let's make no mistake, talented fighter. I think he has areas he can grow in still. Most fighters do. But for a minute there, leading up to the Lomachenko fight and a little bit after the Lomachenko fight, you know, ESPN Top Rank, they wanted you to believe that this guy was next. I think there were some signs outside of the ring that would indicate otherwise, but that's something we'll get into a little bit later in this video. But he goes in there against Pedro Campa. He gets a stoppage. I believe it was in the 7th round. And before I get into more the politics surrounding the video, I want to get into some of the things I was looking for from a boxing perspective when it comes to Teofimo Lopez. Against George Kambosos and the back half of the fight against Teofimo Lopez, what got, against Lomachenko, what got Teofimo Lopez in trouble was leaping in, lunging in, really just trying to land a power shot, whether it was a straight shot or like a modified, a hybrid, you know, over the top shot, a chopping shot toward the back of the head, and then follow it up with a left hook. Once he gets into this mode, he gets extremely predictable. It's what got him in trouble, like I mentioned before, against George Kambosos. Take a look at the clips. He ends up getting dropped with an overhand shot. He was getting hit with that overhand shot all night. It's because he wasn't utilizing any lead hand work. Even if it's going to be something like a show hook or whatever the case may be, the lead hand is going to set up the power shot. And while that seems obvious, it's something that he tends to go away from. In this fight against Pedro Campa, fantastic job of it until he knew that Campa had nothing for him. Setting up the jab upstairs, jab to the body, and then quickly following it up with power shots, drops Campa early, and then Campa from that point moving forward really had nothing for him. Overall, I think Campa's total power or total punches landed in percentage is 18%. I mean, he just got his ass beat. I think Teofimo Lopez was 42 to 48% or higher across all boards, all punch stats. Body punching, power punching, total punches. You know, he got whatever he wanted. But that's what you're supposed to do against a guy like Pedro Campa. Now, the predicament that he's in from a boxing business perspective is one I think is fairly obvious. I don't even know the spot they fought in. I know that it's a relatively small venue, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3,200, 3,500 for capacity. They sold that out. Now, you can only sell out what you can sell out. So if the venue only holds 500 people and you sell that out, it's a sellout. But I think that Teofimo Lopez and his pops are really operating in a space that is not realistic. You say you're the king, you're the A side, you're still undisputed in a weight division you no longer fight in, and now you're at 140 pounds and you're looking to take that over, which I think is all great news. New blood in the division, plenty of good fighters at the division. You still have Josh Taylor there, even though I don't know what he's doing. Jack Catterall, Pedraza, you know, several other guys, and a couple other younger dudes down the list for those rankings. But right now, Teofimo Lopez is in a position where he needs to continue to build. Now, the thing that's not a negative about that is this. Whether it's good publicity or bad publicity, he has publicity around his name. If he can go out and get a name-known guy and destroy him, which I'm going to get into a little bit later in this video, then that's going to bolster him. He'll get to skip the line, so to speak, as far as how we view him at 140 pounds and then putting himself in the title picture. Now, one thing I find to be fascinating is he going to commit to 140 pounds? Because he looked good there. He came in light on the scale. We talked about that in a live. Does that mean he's not a true 40-pounder, or is he in crazy shape? I think it meant, especially now seeing him, he was in tremendous shape. He looked much fuller and the rehydration. So perhaps 140 is the place for him to be. But would he entertain a trip down memory lane to 135 or a catchweight with some of the more name-known guys at 135? Because I feel like right now in between 140 and 135, the better names are at 135 pounds. They just are. And I guess it's more, on the other side of it, it's more feasible that he could make a run towards undisputed or even become unified for that matter at 140 because there's so much uncertainty. Now that I've said that stuff, Teofimo Lopez said something absolutely ridiculous in his post-fight. He said the name Regis Prograis. Pause is for effect. That is not a problem that you want if you're Teofimo Lopez. Quite honestly, if you're at 140 pounds, even if you're Josh Taylor and you already fought Regis Prograis, that's not a problem you want. Regis Prograis is, in my opinion, probably the most avoided fighter in boxing. I think a number 2 would probably be someone like a Devin Haney. He might get more love now because he has all them belts, but even before then, he was heavily avoided. Regis Prograis, I don't know if it's, from a boxing perspective, I can tell you why he's avoided. I don't know if it's a business perspective. I don't know what it is. But this dude, hold on real quick. Regis Prograis. How old is Regis Prograis? Because I'm curious about this. Hold on. He's 33 years of age, Regis Prograis. All right, cool. I would like to see him be more active, excuse me, because now you're running out of time. 31, 32, 33. You need to be fighting at least twice a year outside of injury. But when I think about a matchup between Regis Prograis and Teofimo Lopez, Regis Prograis has legitimate game-changing power. Now, it's not that Gervonta Tank Davis separates you from your sense of power, even though he can do that. He's one of the rare fighters that really kind of has both the best of both worlds. He can knock you out, or he can do that arrow spins disfigurement shit. He's lumping guys up and maybe then knocking them out, or maybe just knocking them out and you get lucky and you don't get destroyed. But Regis Prograis is a type of fighter that if you fight him, even if you win, he's changing your career. He's making you reconsider what next steps you have at 140, 135, or if he moves up to 47. He came off the Anthony McKenna fight where the referee showed him mercy because he was getting absolutely destroyed, getting hit with big shots. And then his eye was looking crazy after that was over. Regis Prograis is not a name that Teofimo Lopez should be saying in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I would love to see that fight. I know for a fact that fight is not going to happen. I would bet any amount of money that they're not making that fight. One of the other issues that Teofimo Lopez would run into with a guy like Regis Prograis is that Regis Prograis is really rounding out as a boxer. We know he can fight and he can punch. But now he's utilizing a lot of lead hand stuff, showing different looks, showing angles, and then getting back to hurting people and damaging people. And Teofimo Lopez really falls in love with his power and antics and showboating. If a loss to Regis Prograis in the manner that I think that it will happen will end his career effectively. And I don't even know if Teofimo has 20 fights. I don't think he has 20 pro bouts. He might. Hold up. Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, because he has 18 fights. He has 18 fights, Teofimo. And you fight a guy like a Regis Prograis, it's over. That'll be your 19th fight. That'll be your last fight. You'll be like the next AB, Adrian Broner. But anyway, shout out to Teofimo Lopez. Did get the victory. It'll be interesting to see what he does next moving forward at 140 pounds. Very interested to see what you guys think. Put that in the comment section. What's a good matchup for him coming up next? You guys think he gonna fight Ryan Garcia? I don't see a fight with Ryan Garcia because I don't think Ryan Garcia's people could do that. But I'll tell you this. This might sound crazy because of just kind of who they are as personalities, but I would favor Ryan Garcia over Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez would actually have to really go in there and box and use all his tools because the fact that he wants to leap in there the way he does, he'll get countered by Ryan Garcia viciously. And we've already seen him get put down. And Ryan Garcia has a power, especially at 140 pounds, to do that. I think it'll be a good fight, compelling fight, but I don't think it will be the fight that people think it is where Teofimo just rolls through Ryan Garcia. He'd have to earn that victory. And right now, I would make Ryan Garcia a slight favorite over Teofimo Lopez. I'm just putting that out there. We don't talk about no Regis Prograis. He gonna get his ass whooped. Don't do that. Don't fight that dude. But there's a lot of conversations surrounding a Gervonta Tank Davis fight. But another thing that gets in the way of that type of fight is the fact that you have a guy with 18 bouts, no belts, one fight in a new division at 140 pounds. That was a 10-rounder against a guy that no one knows, who's convinced that he's the A-side. against a Tank Davis, or really anybody else for that matter. And I just don't see that. He'll continue to be the A side against guys that nobody knows or is checking for. So shout out to Teofimo Lopez. But that's going to be my time on this one. This is your boy JG. If you made it this far, you definitely a real one. Please be so kind. Like, subscribe, bell icon for notification. Let me know what you guys think of Teofimo's performance. What's next for him at 140 pounds? And who would you favor in a Ryan Garcia Teofimo Lopez bout? That's an interesting question in my opinion. Appreciate the love. You guys have been great. This is your boy JG. We out.